Morning. They've been on about the 21st for weeks, haven't they? This is about bringing things to a conclusion, hopefully in a positive way. We've got Simon and Garfunkel's Keep the Customer Satisfied. So some of you may work in retail or any customer really. So it's customer service. Busy day. Sun opposite Neptune, Mercury squares Jupiter, Venus quincunxes Neptune. This is a time to be super careful with decisions. You may be easily influenced. Avoid overspending. This is a romantic time, but you must avoid misunderstandings. The moon is in Taurus. So, Taurus moon. So, Simon, Paul, Arthur. Oh, we've got 2 hours sacrificing, feeling like you've lost your right hand. The wolf was mentioned yesterday. Well, there's Mars, second house of Taurus, which is the moon, and Pisces, which is Neptune. So there we go. Well done, Spirit, already. Could also be a homecoming because it starts off with G, but it's great to be back home. Home is where I want to be. Been on the road so long, and 21 is about travel. Upright, it's travel to the object of your desires, be they persons, things, or events. So let's see which way it comes out. Maybe you have to work away, or you commute, or only home at the weekends. If you can hear all the cheering from the stands, I live near a football ground, rugby ground, so it might be a bit loud tonight. And there it is in the upright. Well done, Spirit. So we're bringing this to a conclusion, but there's stuff to happen before that. a lot of stuff to happen before that. And it's not good. It forces us to bring something to an end. And we don't do it lightly because we've got a lot of thinking to do about it. So that Leo energy is still there. We'll have to look where it is in the chart, where it is in your chart, because that's very important. Leo and Taurus do rule together in certain aspects. So 8 or 26 again, I believe strongly that it's the 26th of this month for whatever reason. And unusually, like I said in this deck, it has Capricorn on it. This is cowardice. This is lack of backbone. This is refusing to realise what your faults are. It's power struggles. It's lack of integrity. So a struggle within or without, possibly with a Leo, or if you are a Leo, internal struggles because you've got to realise your own faults. Turning your back on the crops, which is meaning leaving the abundance behind because you're too afraid of failure, maybe. So you have to move on from that. You have to leave the baggage of the past behind, stop dragging it with you, and move from stormy waters to calm ones. 6 weeks. There is either no love in this situation for the work, the person, whatever it is. Somebody's turned their back. There could be addictions, there could be depression, or just that you are not in charge of your emotions. This is home and family life. This is Cancer. So 21st of June to 21st of July, and Leo, more dominant though, is 21st of July to 21st of August. So it could be a Cancer Leo cuspa. And we have Aquarius. This can be a divorced or widowed woman. This could be a doctor, a spiritual leader, or a lawyer. She gives good advice. She is detached. This may mean that you need to take a step back to see things clearly. Sever your emotions. So stop gut feeling with the heart, because that's the heart, and start thinking logically. Because you've nothing to fear but fear itself, and you've been overthinking this. You've made a mental prison for yourself. You've got to stop that. There's no shame, no blame. There isn't any love. So this is love of yourself or love of others. You feel drained emotionally, health-wise, or mentally. Depression could follow. And again, the Leo. So we've got mainly Leo energy here. This is the demanding feminine, unless it's a Leo, and then it could be a demanding male. This is my Violet Elizabeth card, so the violets, William, so just Sweet William as well, the flowers, the violets, or the name Violet Elizabeth and William, Dennis and Bonnie, Langford and Waterman. And we bring this chapter to a close, hopefully in a positive way. And now we have again mentioned the Taurus, which is the moon, the Leo energy, the Aquarius energy, and the other is Scorpio. Scorpio is not mentioned yet. The fixed signs, they take much longer to make changes. 21 is positive. The 26, however, the only other major arcana, or the 8, is negative. So that Leo energy, it's about pride. Pride comes before a fall. or not having enough pride in yourself. Either or. Not having the courage to move on. Yeah. So cowardice means you're watching and waiting and planning and scheming and stealing and lying, or someone is. Air sign energy, so it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Could be a child, could be an immature person, but it's bad news and it's harsh words if it's a messenger coming. Ready or not, you are going to have to jump off that cliff and make your wings all the way down. Karma, which is that card there, comes to you from deeds of the past. So if you're suffering at the minute, it's usually because of something that you did in the past that didn't pay off. So now what you've got to do is take that sword, pare away what no longer serves you, and move on. Life is not a race, and comparison is not your friend. So stop doing that. This is the apple tree again. So maybe you haven't reaped a very good reward from past experience. So you have to lay the foundations now for a better future, perhaps 7 years from now. So whatever you do now will shape your future. So be careful. Don't make the same mistakes of the past. Keys. You have the key to this, the solution to this. Something positive out of the blue will happen in the next 8 days, which would take us to the 29th. Yeah, but there is bad news, especially about finances. There could be issues with children or younger energies in uniform, immature energies, someone with a darker complexion perhaps, or the much needed financial aid. It used to be the check in the post, but people don't use checks here anymore, is not arriving. Child maintenance may not be on time. So parcels, letters, messages not arriving, or someone's blocked, somebody's not talking at all. Your name's not down, you're not coming in. The 3 nuns, the maiden, the mother and the crone, there is something wrong with these 3 women. Gossip, perhaps, not being able or being unwilling to attend a celebration called off, especially in 3 months. So that may mean, where are we now? That would be Christmas, something you can't attend, Christmas time, or May the 1st, and there it is again. So they've given us all the cards for the read. Everything else is just gravy. This is 8 and 26. But no, sorry. In this deck, it's number 11 because they do interchange in some decks. So now we've got 8 and 26 and 11, but they are both the same card, Leo. A lack of courage, a lack of strength, illness, bad temper, and impatience. Power struggles. It will get you nowhere. And it will stop you bringing this to a conclusion. So you've got to look within and see where you are being cowardly, not having integrity, or the illness. You're not addressing the illness. And it just delays this chapter coming to an end, and therefore delays your new beginnings taking place. So you're putting off something that may be beautiful because you don't want something that's less than to end. So we have now all major arcanas in the negative, because that's neutral, but it's come up in its own read, and it's telling us we are delaying the inevitable because we don't want to face the truth, and it will just bring us failure. So what we have to do, 17, first positive energy, is face the future head on. Be in the eye of the storm. Not your monkeys, not your circus. Let the chaos go on around you and you stay calm, detached, because there's the Aquarius card. the major arcana of that one. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Shine your light bright. Don't lose hope. Follow your north node, your true purpose in life, ready or not. Could be fame for some. The ankles and legs, any issues there will be healed. But you must face the chaos head on. And when you do, there will be hope, healing and freedom. So if it's health issues with the heart and back, go and face the music. See what it is. And maybe something can be done that turns this around, and then you can start the new chapter in your life. Because somebody here is refusing to end something. And until they do, there'll be no positive movement forwards. 6 to 8 days. Massively important. Keys. Not keeping the customer satisfied, obviously, because business failure. Maybe someone lying about your business, and it's going to cost you. But they have narrowed the field completely. There is only Aquarius, Leo energy mentioned. Taurus and Pisces in the dice. Taurus moon. I don't know where Pisces would be. Yeah. So this is the enemy within. It could be that you're your own worst enemy, or that we're seeing enemies as friends and friends as enemies. You will overcome these enemies eventually. But you're going to have to face the chaos to do so. Gemini energy. And there it is again 3 times. Can't ignore it now. This is cowardice. This is Leo energy. This is illness, bad temper, the heart and back. 8, 26 and 11. So it could be the 26th of November. It could be the 11th of August. Wherever you see those numbers, door numbers, birthdays, dates for your diary, important meetings. There we have it. Love yourself. If somebody isn't prepared to love you, which he's got his back to you, you have to love yourself. Not in an egotistical way, but take care of yourself. Listen to spirit. Fill your own cup. It's never half empty or half full. Don't wait around for other people to make you happy. Do it yourself. Because there he is. As soon as you start loving yourself again and being the true you, you attract what you are. So if you're worthy of love and know that you're worthy of love, the love will come to you. This is unconditional love. Scorpio and Cancer. Beautiful energy. Match made in heaven. So Scorpio is about the reproductive organs and shared resources. Cancer is about the home and family life. So you can travel to the object of your desire. You've got to believe it. Yeah. And you must have the moral high ground. If not, you won't succeed. So defend what's yours. Look after yourself. And don't expect others to fight for you. Because there we have Mercury retrograde. I don't think it's back as soon as that, but it might be. 2 weeks. Somebody has you over a barrel, really. You're either in denial, you're protecting others, probably children, or you are not sure of all your facts and you're waiting until you are. Take a step back and reassess the situation. Your wishes and dreams, like they said, cannot come true whilst you are dimming your light to fit in, pleasing other people and not pleasing yourself. That doesn't mean you don't have to consider other people, but you do. This was going to bring you financial ruin, a great loss, and you will see that some friends are really enemies, like I said, because this is somebody who's been accepted into the family, and now you realise they are a cuckoo in the nest. They are. It could be a businessman that's lost everything. It could be a Capricorn, like I said, and that would fit with this. The Capricorn in the Leo card. And we know that Tiwaz is the wolf, which is Capricorn. There, unfortunately, will be no apologies. Hell will freeze over first. There is no healing can take place here because you refuse to face the chaos. So if it's a medical matter, please, if they've got any niggles or doubts, especially about the heart or the back, ankles or legs, get it sorted, because you are just as important as anyone else, and you need to receive the attention you deserve. Tiwaz is about binding agreements, promises made under duress that should not be kept. Only promises that are made with a true heart should be adhered to. So Tiwaz. And it is the star look. Well done, Spirit. So, David may be important. T is the guiding star. Well, does it keep faith with princes? It is ever on course over the mists of night and never fails. So you can't fail if you follow your true north. Tyr is the one-handed among the gods, and leaving of wolf and king of temples. Tiwaz was also given as Tiwis to the Norse or Scandinavian of Iceland. The rune was known as Tyr, while to Saxons it was Tyr, the letter T. This rune is symbolically connected with the North Star, which never fails, your North Node. And with vows and unbreakable oaths, the custom of holding one's right hand while taking an oath is derived from the story of Tyr. So this could be a legal court case, definitely, where you have to swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The trees of Tiwaz are the mighty oak and the hazel. So we'll look at hazel, I think. The spear is also the symbol of Tiwaz, as might be expected, since the rune represents the god of war. Now we have war. And the 8 of Wands, depicted here as keys, is usually 8 flying spears. So the shape of the rune suggests a varying compass needle. So travel, which is travel to the object of your desire, be the person, things, or events. Tiwaz is an ancient name for the god of war and justice, who was first mentioned by the Roman writer Tacitus, who claimed that Tiwaz was the king of the Germanic gods, and this role was later assumed by Odin, so Wednesday, the All-Father. Tiwaz took a humbler form as the god of Tyr. To the Saxons he was known as Tyr, and is from his name that we derive the word Tuesday, so Tuesday and Wednesday. His most famous story involves a monstrous wolf called Fenris, who had grown too large. There he is, Fenris, the Capricorn energy, and threatened to devour the whole universe to satisfy his ravenous hunger. So it takes away your universe, your right to end this chapter. The gods, because he's greedy, the gods tried to bind the monster with ropes and chains, but these proved to be no restraint to Fenris, who broke them easily with a shrug. Eventually, one of the dwarf craftsmen made an enchanted ribbon that was as fine as a woman's hair, and swore that this alone would be strong enough to fetter the beast. However, scenting magic, the wolf refused to allow the gods to bind him, So maybe somebody's refusing to sign something. Then brave Tia stepped forward and offered to place his right hand in the mouth of the monster as a guarantee that all would be well. So you are going, if you're planning something, you are going to have to make big sacrifices for you to achieve what you want. To the relief of the gods, the bindings held, and Fenris was imprisoned, so somebody may be put in prison. Now the monster took his revenge by biting off Tia's extended hand, so you will pay for it though, which was nobly sacrificed for the good of all. So it doesn't seem like either party is in the right here. Binding oaths as indicated by Tiwaz, this may seem paradoxical since Tiwaz broke his oath to the wolf, yet that oath was made under duress, and he had a good reason to lie. So there I said, somebody's got you over a barrel. So it's never good to lie, but in some instances, we do what we need to do to survive. A worthy promise made under right conditions and for honourable reasons, so with the moral high ground, should and indeed must be kept. Marriage vows are in case of point unless it's toxic. Tiwaz is thought to signify lasting love, and its appearance denotes a bond that once made cannot be broken, which in that case, with those two people there, they are love. They are in love. They are a divine couple, a match made in heaven. They may not be a couple yet, but they are meant to be. However, Tiwaz is also an aggressively masculine rune, so it tends to favour men rather than women. And any relationship question that is answered by Tiwaz shows that passion will run riot because of two strong-minded people, the power struggle. While sex will never be boring, the danger of jealousy will always be present. If the person asking the question is a woman, Tiwaz suggests that a strong and handsome man will love her fiercely, and that she will have to sacrifice something major in her life to ensure that her attachment to him remains strong. The relationship will prosper, love will be steadfast, or as Shakespeare described it, as constant as the North Star. There we go. But there is a real risk here of a third party if you do not express that love. Tiwaz also indicates success in business and sports. It suggests that legal decisions will go in your favour, but not if you don't face this head on, because here we have power struggles and we have dimming our light to fit in, and that leads to failure. So, in these matters, as in affairs of the heart, an unshakable conviction that what you're doing is right will give you the strength of purpose to succeed. However, selfishness on either side, dishonourable actions, and turning one's back, which he has turned his back there in the beginning, on responsibilities are suggested when Tiwaz is inverted. Women should not trust their men so readily, because in this position the rune often denotes a shallow relationship, unfortunately. So we have second house of Taurus, the neck and throat. And Taurus is the Hierophant, which is Simon Peter. So Simon again. It's about the neck, the throat, banks, green, which is the heart chakra, the material world, your wealth, your worldly goods, your personal resources, possessions, security, what you value in life, your self-worth and material values and spending. The second house is where the sense of individuality is reinforced through personal possessions and bolstered by a solid sense of worth, describing what is valued and obtained in everyday life. It is where your identity is extended through material accumulation and a psychological sense of worth. So if you see your worth only by your monetary value, then there's sadly something wrong. The sign on the cusp of the house describes a person's attitude to money and things that are earned. It indicates whether money comes easily or has to be worked for, and reveals how much someone values who they are. This house also shows what resources a person has to draw on to achieve success. Potential to be developed. Planets in the second house feel comfortable and describe things that come naturally. Jupiter placed in the second house symbolizes abundance, suggesting a lucky person who blessings shower and whose gambles always pay off. Not this term. Mars is what we've got and has courage and knows how to get what it wants. So you need to have courage, and we haven't got it. While Saturn has reserves of strength and wisdom, which is another thing that we need. Venus or Libra in the second house points to artistic abilities. Well, we haven't got that. So Mars in Pisces. Prisoners, Pisces, the muck of the swamp. Pisces, Mars. Fluidly assertive, impractical, self-sacrificing, dimming your light. Imaginative and easily sidetracked. Mars in Pisces embraces martyrdom and has strong sex drive and is most attracted to fantasy lovers. So somebody who sacrifices their own happiness and wishes for other people's all the time, that is becoming a martyr. In fact, it's a doormat. So don't be the doormat. Venus, love, number 4. Love is all it takes to love yourself as much as you love others, to give yourself the caring that you deserve. Number 4, it's the mother energy, 3 and 30, Venus. It's the Empress. Love is my religion, the only thing to die for. The name John could be important. Venus says to let love take care of it for now. Venus is the morning star, again the star, well done. It is the planet of beauty and balance. It is named after the goddess of love and romance, which is what the planet rules. In Scandinavian lands, the equivalent of Roman goddess Venus was Freya. Among the Greeks, she was Aphrodite. Venereal disease. So, like I said, there is a chance of a third party there, is named for Venus. After all, she charms and seduces. She was once associated with Lucifer. There he is in the background. Who was not a demon but an angel of light who fell to earth from the heavens. In reality, the part of the astrological chart Venus rules is where we want the good life, where we desire the ease and comfort, the sweets and kisses, where we want to see beautiful, be beautiful and smell beautiful, but not necessarily want to put the effort in. Venus co-rules the signs of Libra and Taurus. There's the Taurus moon, but the energies function differently in these signs. In Libra, Venus works best in the fields of beauty, social balance and romantic love, while in Taurus, which is where we are, Venus stands for creature comforts and accumulating fineries. In both signs, Venus is very partner orientated, so shared resources with the Scorpio energy. There's a great need to unite. Codependency and fears of going it alone are a problem, and that's what I see here. Both Libra and Taurus are signs best supported in some form of partnership, but it does not necessarily have to be a romantic one or a marriage. Venus is the lesser Neptune, which we've got in the astrology. Love, romance and art, her domains. Yet she doesn't get lost in them or lose her practical side, and there, so she's staying detached and not losing her practical side. She's not losing her head over this. In fact, Venus is the planet of fashion, luxuries, balance, symmetry, artistic ability, sugary foods. She prepares to overlook the ugliness of the world, so in denial. Buying objects that are beautiful, unnecessary or excessive will come into play, so don't be overspending like the astrology says. So be careful of wasting funds on items just because you want them. Which is the demanding female, as she is, or the demanding Leo. You may feel compelled to buy something beyond your budget because you think it's beautiful, but you don't really need it. And in this climate, we can't afford to be buying things we don't really need. On the other hand, you may be attracting these things on your own. Venus also rules money, especially money shared in partnerships, shared resources, like I said, or marriages. But this can be a business enterprise as well. Money worries would find a resolution in any loving partnership. Art, hair salons, restaurants, movies, concerts, dance recitals, so living the high life. You can't keep doing that. Craft shows, cosmetics and fashions may figure in. You may be dealing with artistic people who work in the arts, drama queens, I would say. You may discover a more creative and artistic side to yourself. Venus is the most humane of the unfair of the planets, so you may be asked or feel compelled to settle a dispute. Court, law and judgment may figure in, what I say. But more than this card indicates either a new love coming into your life, which I can see, or the improvement and new start of an older one. So when the Venus card presents itself in a reading, the first thing to focus on is romance and love, but after that, creativity and refinement. So don't let material things be the only thing you value, or you will lose this relationship. You can be assured you are found very attractive at this time and may be the subject of some advances. If so, romance becomes playful, even childlike. It is a time for full heart blessings. If a relationship begins, it will have more sense of contentment and happiness to it, unless the Saturn card comes up in a spread, and then the love will be cold and restrictive, which is what this seems to have come. Venus is the planet of charmers, so you may want to pour on the charm in a situation. There's a tendency to become more socially engaging. That's the star card. Attending events, networking, that sort of thing. At this time, people will generally be sweeter, more helpful and amenable. It's a good period to smooth ruffled feathers or make peace with others. There'll be no apology, so that's not happening. Using diplomacy will serve you best at this time. So the merging of two businesses, two people, whatever it is, but the mother energy is strong in this one. Divination, the guides, the erg on the tree. So we will have to look up was it hazel? I don't know. I'll have a look. The number 35. So each Ogham letter represents a tree and also forms a Celtic tree calendar. Each tree or Ogham represents specific energies, much like the runic symbols. Each tree has its own wisdom. So what did we say that was? Let's have a look. The tree we're looking at with two R's is the oak and the hazel. Well, we've done oak, so it is the hazel that we're looking at. Maybe you should be eating more hazelnuts as well. The tree spirits are here to guide you. It may be time to work with the energies of the Celtic tree calendar and discover a whole new meaning to your life, one that may take you on a journey of self-discovery. There's your travel, within and without. Yggdrasil, the sacred tree of life, the cosmic dance, which may be a spiritual pilgrimage. The trees have much wisdom as we know, but there is so much more that we can learn from them. When you draw this card, you are being called to work closely with these energies. The three staves at the bottom of the image have the Ogun symbol left to right. Hazel, there it is. Apple and alder. I think we've done apple and we've done alder, so it is the hazel that we need to talk about. It's the tree of knowledge. Seek its help when in need of insight, wisdom and creativity, abundance, and needing to tap into source within you. Apple shares the month with hazel. It was a prized tree to the Druids for many reasons. It is associated with the fairies, the magical Isle of Avalon, symbolic, so Arthur again, King Arthur and Avalon. Symbolic of fruitfulness, harvest and abundance. It also represents a time to make a decision between good or bad, so always do what's right. It also means a time to rest and heal, what I say. The alder tree is associated with water and therefore emotions, especially the feminine aspect, but also offers support and possesses a strong male energy to help with foundations and spiritual protection. So you need to have the balance right in a relationship. 19. The black cat. Lucky for me, some people say it's unlucky. Also a Leo energy. So familiar, what is familiar to us feels safe, but it's not always good for us. So you may have got into a toxic cycle. So animal friends have their own wild magic as well as instincts that ensure survival. A witch's familiar is a soul companion consulted on all matters, both magical and mundane. Whether that familiar is a cat, as shown here, or other animal, bird or reptile, the bonds are true through this lifetime and beyond. So you may have a totem. To share your life with a familiar is to access your own animal nature as well. Your connection to nature is strong now. Pay attention to your animal companions, both in flesh, fur and feather, and on the emphatic plane. A totem animal may become known to you, so watch out for animals, birds, insects, and then look them up as your animal totem. See what spirit are trying to tell you. Usually, if you put animal totem meaning and then the animal and press images, it will give you a bullet point image with what the meaning is. Calling forth qualities you have long possessed but not made good use of. Use your instincts, look to nature and companionship. Embrace your animal nature. What wildness in you is longing to be released. And there we have the 17 again. So we've got it 3 times, the star, and mentioned more than once because the star there, so, and the star there. So 17, 17, 17. I don't know, the 17 means something. It's either a date for your diary, a door number, etc. It is in the reverse. So it's another lesson to learn. We've had it before in the last week. It must be important. Maybe the 17th of October if it's not a door number, or I don't know, the bus that you get to work in the morning. There is some reason that this is very important. Aquarius energy. The Latin name is Mandragora officinarum. Venus, which we've had mentioned there. Saturn, which is the truth, and Mars in the dice. So war, love and war, and somewhere in between is the truth. This is getting grounded. This is earth magic. Mandrake is in all its forms is a deeply magical plant used by witches for love magic. So if somebody has used magic to entice someone or enchant someone, true love is going to put the kibosh on that because it will break the spell. Fertility and lust protection. The famous witch's flying ointment. As chemically it contains the alkaloid-rich diluents of scopolamine, hyoscamine, and atropine. Mixed in a salve with other poisonous plants, particularly with those of the nightshade family, it ages witches to fly to the Sabbath, but care must be used in the dosage and application. Like the plants of the nightshade family, the mandrake has a 5-petaled flower that evokes the powers of the witch's pentagram, an association with the planet Venus moving in the 5-pointed star. So there we have Venus there. So the star again. While there are several non-nightshade plants claiming the name of mandrake, including English mandrake, better known as white bryony, American mandrake, better known as Mayapple, so the May the 1st, like I said, and apple is Cancer, Gemini Cancer cusp, 21st of June. Even Asian mandrake, another name for ginseng. True mandrake varieties are of the nightshade family and Mandragora genus, while considered a sacred magical herb with associations today with Hecate, Diana, Hermes and Mercury, and Aphrodite. It has always had a sinister reputation due to its human-like shape, which would often be crafted into a doll, so voodoo or puppets referred to as an alterum or mannequin. The spirit of the root was said to draw within. In that way, a witch could fare forth into the world of spirit by animating a root doll capable of doing the witch's bidding, conferring protection and blessings upon the household or smiting your enemies. The doll is often clothed and regularly fed with water, wine, milk or blood, empowering it to perform these duties. But remember, any bad or ill feeling you pass to another will come back on you tenfold. Law tells us that the mandrake is created by the fallen semen of the hanged man, which is Pisces, Odin, suffering at the gallows, and that when dug, its scream can kill a human, evoking the idea of enticing a hungry dog tied to a loose root to rip it out of the ground by placing meat just outside its reach. Temptation. So if you're withholding affection from your partner especially, then you are starving somebody of affection. They are going to look elsewhere. Just saying. And thus the dog bears the scream's deadly sounds, not the human harvesting it. While there is no truth to dying when unearthing a mandrake, we can attest to the shift of energy in a space where mandrake is reported or dug up, releasing a magical presence. A pinch of mandrake root is a powerful catalyst for any spell, bringing an intense force to make things happen. Its use in fertility magic and medicines as well as love and lust is biblical. And I have put that out before, but I will find it again, but you can look it up yourself. The reference is Genesis 30:14 to 30:16 and the Song of Songs 7:12 to 7:13. Its baneful nature makes it useful in domination and cursing as well as protection. Though the otherworldly qualities grant the power of flight and vision, it can also be used to confer invisibility. So in the reverse, mandrake guides us to walk the path of magic, the path of the witch, and seek the mysteries in the hidden and dark places, embracing who we really are, following our true north node. Ask yourself, how are you using the magic you have? The mandrake is the greenwood sorcerer, aligned with wisdom of the gallows, the hanged man's mysteries, again Pisces, and the depths of the earthly grave to be reborn. Mandrake makes the sign of the sorcerer with both hands, reminding us of the witch's power to both bless and curse, while also offering protection from such cursing. When inverted, mandrake tells us that we might be delirious or unrooted and not seeing things clearly or acting in the right and honourable way. I am a magical creature capable of anything, but we have to do what's right for us. A very interesting read, that one. The more you understand the astrology and everything, the more you will get from that. So thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye.